What we're about to see is most unusual television. This is the culmination of a summer-long project by a young man working as an intern at Channel 7. It covers the space of time in which he went from jail to college entrance. And Steve Davis is with us now to tell the story.
Thank you, Anna. I think you will agree that this is unusual television, which I suspect makes it both risky and promising. I'm sure it will be as honest an inside look at our drug situation, as you will have seen. We'll be introducing LaMerle Johnson. LaMerle had become a cover boy for Image magazine by late summer. That's a far cry from where he began 1989. Last January, LaMerle was in custody and facing as long as 6 years in jail. He was 17 years old and already had a long police record. His history is painfully typical. Father left when he was an infant. Mother later turned to drugs. LaMerle was left selling on the street corners to feed himself and others. I met LaMerle at the Omega Boys Club several months before he became that cover boy. He was on probation then, and there was a compelling honesty about him that he retained in spite of all the things that had occurred in his life. My boss agreed to hire LaMerle as a newsroom intern for the summer, and his assignment, it turned out, would be to use his unfortunately thorough knowledge of the so-called drug game to help the rest of us to better understand that world from the inside. This would be LaMerle's series, not our series about LaMerle. He would choose all of the interview subjects, he would conduct the interviews, and he would collect the information with no interference from me or anyone else at the station.
I sell, I distribute, collect. I just live off of it. There's a lot of girls that I know that know me that want me to help them get into it, but I don't really want to do that. I don't feel that I should help anybody make the money that I'm making. They're getting a cut of my money. That's my money.
How old are you?
21.
When did you start? When did you first come involved in the game?
16.
Why did you decide to talk with Susan?
I knew she was in the life. I knew that she was what they call a high roller, but she was different because she's a she.
Why do you think Susan agreed to talk with you?
I told her she wouldn't be recognized, her voice would be distorted.
I'm not going to be stupid and get greedy and stay in the game and end up getting killed. I see myself coming out real soon, probably within the next year or so. As soon as I save up enough money to have what I want, because I plan on getting a nice car and a house soon.
And I explained to her, I said, I'm not trying to glamorize what you do, but I just want you to tell the truth. So that basically these people could see the ignorance that is involved in it.
Do you know how many people you're destroying?
Yes.
And you're still happy with this?
Yes. I'm not destroying them. They're destroying their stuff. I'm just distributing it. They come to me with something that they want, that I have. They give me their money, I give it to them, and then they go and destroy their stuff. Hey, there's money out here to be made. If I don't get it, who will?
A lot of youth are becoming addicted to the money, and that's because they don't see any conventional means for success.
Jack Graves was my group home supervisor in the group home system that they sent me to in January, last time I was in trouble. I also have to give him credit for where I am today, because he talked to me. Jack is there.
I think basically what's happening is our youth are raising themselves. We have to begin to assume the responsibility and stop putting that responsibility squarely on the shoulders of the youth, because they're children. They don't know what to do, and it's an adult responsibility to teach young people how to be adults.
Well, Jermaine is he's my best friend. Omega Boys Club taught Jermaine that Jermaine was somebody, and just because he came from the streets, that he still could be somebody, that the streets were just the streets, but Jermaine was Jermaine. You're going away to college. Do you see yourself coming back after your 4 years and trying to help your community?
Yes, I do. Very, very much so. If I didn't, I would feel as though something was wrong with me.
He's been involved in the game, in the street life. So much of Jermaine's time used to be spent on negativity, fighting. He's just a changed person.
What were you thinking as you walked through that crack house in the projects?
Someone's family in confusion. I see clothes, refrigerators, mold, I seen a lot of confusion. I seen a lot of heartache. I seen a lot of pain. It was disgusting. Looked in the bathroom. People involved in the life have to live like that. They go through those stages, and it hurts me that they don't know what they're doing. And I got the feeling from the house that someone's kids used to stay there because a lot of baby clothing, and it really hurts me. An infant, innocent, hasn't done anything to anybody, and yet has this thing inflicted on him.
In order to survive, people need food. Some people need drugs in order to survive, but that's their prerogative. I'm just selling it to them. They do what they want to do. They kill themselves off. I don't do it. I don't.
First time you and I ever talked in an interview, you said that you thought that everybody has a conscience. Do you think that applies to people like Susan?
Yeah, she's real arrogant. I got the impression that she herself wanted to believe that it was right. She herself wanted to justify it. If you sell a pregnant woman crack or see a lady with 3 babies in her hand, you're giving them crack, and you know that this is that child's money to eat, you have to have a conscience.
You know how you see TV and the mothers are always talking about, get you a doctor, get you a lawyer. Do the mothers say, go get you a drug dealer?
Oh, yeah, they do. Some mothers do. If the drug dealer is giving the daughter clothes and money and buying her, even buying the mother stuff, she doesn't care. But when her daughter comes up dead in a car somewhere, that's when she starts caring.
Let me just give you an example. You have a 22-year-old young man. He's being caught with drugs, which is a felony, and he has 2 kids. We go in there and we say, there's a better way. What else can we say?
You can't say. Listen, it's not what else you can say. You give them a support system.
A lot of those guys were from different turfs, but they can get together at a table and sit up and discuss problems. And so many times people think when black youth get together that it's violence. I was showing them that they can get together and have intelligent conversation.
When you was in YGC and you came out, we gave you a support system. We were there, you know, we were there for you. The Omega Boys Club was there for me. You know, when I came out of that stuff, you know, they gave me a support system, you know, because...
And tomorrow, LaMerle deals with drugs and the family.
We really are the beneficiaries of his story.
I think so, and I think that will be increasingly true as we go through the rest of the week.
Well, this first night was certainly interesting, Steve. We'll look forward. A young man working as a